Welcome to 5 Minutes of Christmas. When we moved to Florida from Wisconsin, we didn't bring our artificial tree with us. So today I'm going to go around and see what options are available for Christmas trees. Here's a variety of different trees. Here's a live tree for $44. This thing looks like it stands about maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall. And it just goes up from there. $59. This is about a 6-foot tree. I know my wife doesn't like the short needle trees. We always grew up with these. This is what we always had in our home when I was a kid. And $69, $70 for this live tree. It's about a 7-foot tree. It goes up from there. $179. I don't know what size that is. The one just before it says 9 to under 10 feet. That's this one. So maybe they're about the same. I could actually fit that in my house because we have a really high ceiling. I don't know that I really even want a live tree, but I'm gonna look at them anyway. And look at all the poinsettias they have out here. Do you say poinsettia or poinsettia? I know it's spelled like poinsettia, but I always say poinsettia. And here we are inside the tent. Wow, you can get these little tabletop displays, $25. That's really pretty. A lot of different things like that. That's a nice display. $10. Very nice. Comes in a little wooden vase or pot. These are really nice looking. $20 for this one. It's kind of in a cut log. Wow. And more poinsettia plants in here. And these are only, I think, $8 a piece for these. Pretty good price. They look really nice. I don't know what this is. It's lavender. Fixed up very Christmassy. And lots of fresh cut trees based on the pricing that we saw just outside the tent. And here are some wreaths. Those are nice looking wreaths too, aren't they? I don't know how well you can see it. It kind of blends in with the background. Very pretty. Everything's wet because it's real. Very pretty. Very Christmassy. These are bigger poinsettias, $7, so the small ones are probably even cheaper. Those are good size. Holy cow. Inside the store they have live potted evergreens. Racks and racks and racks of poinsettia plants. Some of them as cheap as $3. I used to find these in my yard by the dozen. Here I could have ended up selling them. Again, these are all live plants, potted plants. Or I could go non-traditional and bring home a pineapple plant. Can you imagine putting Christmas lights on a pineapple? So here are all the artificial trees. And this one looks a lot like what we saw outside. This is about a 7-foot tree. $400. Short needle. I don't like the feel of it. It just doesn't look as nice as I would like. This one looks really fake. And this is a really tall tree. 10 feet maybe. Wow. Compared to the others. Now this is what my wife would like. She likes long needle and she likes this artificial flocking. I absolutely hate it. It looks so fake and so phony. And when I lived up in Wisconsin, I never saw a tree out in the wilderness that actually looked like this when it was snowing. So she's going to get some pushback on a flock tree. And here's another one, 7.5 feet, $400. Seems like a lot of money to me. And this comes pre-lit. And I think these are built right into these bulbs. What do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? This one is substantially cheaper. Oh, it's $60, $70 cheaper. It doesn't have the lit bulbs. It does have pine cones on it. Here's a 7-foot tree, 7.5 feet. This looks a little nicer. I like that it has a variety of this hard plastic, but it has these softer needles as well. It makes it look a little more real. They do have a little bit of locking on the pine cones in here. That's not a bad looking tree. Of course, now that I downsize so much, I have to think about the box that I'm going to have to put this back in and where I'm going to store it at my house. We don't have basements. How about this one with all of these little round light bulbs on it? I'm sure they don't always have to be flashing. You can probably just set that however you'd like. I would probably just go with either all white or all colored and keep it steady. Sure, it says there are 8 light functions, 600 lights. $329 for this one. Not a bad looking tree, but it doesn't look real. This looks very molded plastic when you're up close to it. Here's some really old-fashioned looking decorations, the molded plastic. Of course, it used to be Santa and snowmen, and now it's Disney, Mickey and Minnie. These look a little more traditional. Candy canes and a little penguin. It looks like they're running out. There's Santa Claus, another Santa Claus, but that looks old school, doesn't it? Welcome to 1965. Kind of cute. All Disney, which means you probably pay a little more for the trademark. They even have a Disney wreath up there. Looks like it came right from Main Street, USA. And look at this, they call them pencil trees. They're just as tall, but they're much thinner, so they can fit in smaller areas. And they're quite a bit cheaper in price as well. But you never know what they really look like, do you? Well, we didn't get a Christmas tree this trip, but I'm going to keep looking. But let me show you what I did get. I bought some sod in December. It's going to be a weird Christmas.